Welcome back, children. Let us continue the same chapter which we had started in our previous class, and the chapter it was Meeting Miss Trotwood, chapter number 4. So today we are going to continue from page number 58. I am going to start from third last paragraph of this page. So all of you, first of all, open your books, get ready and be very attentive as I am going to start the story right now. Okay, let's start. Mr. Murdstone said, finally he would take me back, but if I did not return there and then, his doors would be shut against me forever. This is a kind of proposal or a kind of agreement. It is here made by Mr. Murdstone. First of all, Murdstone along with his sister was called here by aunt, and at this time Murdstone was ready to take the child back to his home, but the condition was that if the child says no at this moment to go with him, then his doors in his house would be closed for the boy forever. In future, that Murdstone is never going to accept him in his house if the boy denies right now to go with him. This is a kind of proposal, or you can say as an agreement. It was now going to be made here by Mr. Murdstone. Okay, then, and what does the boy say? Said my aunt. Are you ready to go, David? Here, aunt happens to ask to the little boy. What do you say, my little boy? Are you ready to go, David? Do you like to go? This is how aunt asks the question to the little boy, David. I answered no and pleaded with her not to let me go. And David answers, no, I don't want to go. And he pleaded, requested to aunt that he is not liking to go. Let me stay with you. I don't want to go. Aunt, this is how he requests a lot. She pulled me towards her and said to Mr. Murdstone, you can go when you like. I'll take my chance with the boy. Okay, Mr. Murdstone, you can go whenever you like. It is your wish. You are welcome to go at any time, at any moment. But now I am going to take care of this boy. It would be my chance to take care of this boy now. This is how finally aunt suggests to Mr. Murdstone. When they had gone, my aunt announced that she would be my guardian and that I should be called Trotwood Copperfield. In this way, after the departure of Murdstone, aunt announced that from that day particular onwards, he would be given a new name. First of all, the aunt herself is going to be the little boy David's guardian, and that he would be called with a new name from now onwards. And what would be the new name that it was going to be given to him by aunt? The new name was Trotwood Copperfield. Thus, I began my new life in a new name. In this way, David started a new life here in aunt's house with a new name. What was the new name? Trotwood Copperfield was the new name now, and with everything new about me. In this way, each and everything now started, the life started in a new style. Okay, my aunt sent me to school at Canterbury since there was no rooms at the school for boarders. Okay, now finally aunt admitted the little boy in a school, and the name of the school was Canterbury. And since there was no rooms at the school for boarders, there were no any such type of rooms in the school for the boarders. Boarders, you know, those who are stay outside, you know, they are called as boarders. She arranged for me to board with her old lawyer. In this way, finally aunt made an arrangement. In order to make proper arrangements for the staying purpose of the little boy, aunt made a kind of arrangement with her old lawyer. She had a good friend. He was a lawyer, very old lawyer, whose name was Mr. Wickfield. In this way, aunt arranged a kind of arrangements that she made to make a stay to the little boy with this old lawyer with whom that the little boy was now going to stay. My aunt was happy and I was in this arrangement. Aunt was also very happy that such type of arrangements it was made. Mr. Wickfield's house was quiet and still, and his daughter and Agnes, a child of about my own age, was bright and happy. Aunt was very happy that the little boy David was, the new name was given now, Trotwood Copperfield, right? David was his earlier name. He was now going to be staying at Mr. Wickfield's house, and Mr. Wickfield also had a daughter whose name was Agnes, and a little child of about own age. This little child was also, Agnes was also of the same age like that of uh, Trotwood Copperfield, the little boy, he was, own age and was bright and happy, and the little girl was also very bright and very sharp, bright and intelligent and happy too. The school I now went to was better in every way than Salem House. The new school which the little boy got admitted was better than that school where he was learning earlier, that was named as Salem House, the earlier school's name. This school, the new school which he joined, was better than the earlier one, Salem's house, but I felt very strange at first. It is natural. Anyway, any place, a new place, when any new child goes and get admission, it will be quite strange for a few days. Same thing it happens with here the little boy too. It had been quite a while since I was at a school with companions of my own age. Earlier, he was learning in such a schools where there were many companions of his own age who were familiar with him, who were very friendly with him. It had been quite a while since I was at a school with companions of my own age. It seemed to be that I had forgotten everything I had learned. So in this way, he had whatever learned in the past, in the previous school, whatever the knowledge that he had acquired, gained, everything it was forgotten, because it had become since a long time that he had left the school. Now that is why now he had forgotten almost everything whatever he had learned in his previous school. However, I felt better when I went to the school the next day. In this way, the very next day when he goes to the school, this new school where he was admitted, he feels much more better than those of the previous day. The first day was quite not that much interesting, being a new person there in the school. He did not feel good, but the very next day when he goes to the school, he feels better, and a good deal the better the day after, and so on, that in less than a fortnight I was quite at home. In this way, day by day, when he started to go to the school, this new school, he started to feel much more better and better, right? And within a fortnight, within a period of 2 weeks only, he was feeling as if he was in his own home. This is what a kind of feeling started to develop into the mind of the little boy, and happy among my new companions. In this way, within a very short period of time of within 14 days only, he was able to accommodate and adjust himself in this new school with the new friends, with his new companions, and was now started to feel very happy and comfortable in this new school where he was joined. Trot, said my aunt when she left me at Mr. Wickfield's, never be mean in anything. So what did Trot say? Trot, said my aunt. What did aunt say one day to Trot when she was about to leave him in Wickfield's home? Trot, said my aunt, when she left me at Mr. Wickfield's, never be mean in anything. Do not be so mean in anything. This is a kind of suggestion it was given by aunt to Trot. Never be false. You should not be false at any time. Never be cruel. Okay? I will come and visit you soon. All the time you remember, never be mean, never be false, and never be cruel at any time, at any cost to anybody. I will be coming to you to visit very often, and very soon I will be coming to meet you. This much aunt says to Trot, and now the pony is at the door and I am off. In this way, the little child also goes away, and aunt also now goes away to her own house. She embarrassed me hastily and went out of the house, shutting in this way both the aunt as well as Trot. Both of them happens to embarrass each other. Embarrass means to keep your hands over anyone's shoulder or show a kind of love or affection towards to anybody by putting your hands around one's neck or shoulder. That is called embarrassing, you know. She embraced me hastily and went out of the house in this way. After showing a great deal of love and affection towards to the little boy Trot, now aunt finally leaps away from that Mr. Field's house, you know, Wickfield's house, and then goes away towards to her own house, shutting the door after her. When I looked into the street, I noticed how sadly she got into the chase. Now here what we can notice is all about that when the little boy happens to look towards to the street where aunt was going, she was found to be seen quite sad. She was not in happy in mood. She was found to be very sad when she was just getting into the chase. Chase is a horse-drawn carriages. In the earlier times, people used to travel one place to another in the horse-drawn carriages. You know, such a means of communication is called here as chase, and that she drove away without looking up. She drove away straight without looking anywhere, neither right or left nor up. So in this way, in a very sad mood, in a very sad gesture, that aunt happens to leave this place because she had left the little boy under whose protection, under Wickfield's protection and under his guidance. Now she had left the little boy, for which she was really feeling very sad and unhappy, because she had also started to love the boy so much and care, and her love and her feelings and affection towards to the boy was also immense. That is what it is seen here, the way in which she departs, the mood in which she departs from Wickfield's house, right? This is what we come to learn here, children, in this topic, which was very interesting to learn. And meeting Miss Trotwood, the story title, it is here, which we have completed right now, and this chapter had been adapted from David Copperfield's book, you know. Charles Dickens was the author of this book. So something is given here about Charles Dickens too, which you can read by yourself. It is there in the bottom of your chapter. So after this, in our next class, we will be performing the various grammatical exercises, question answers, and whatever reference to context, everything all in all we will be performing in our next class very soon. Till then, you keep on learning, and please write down all the word meanings. In the bottom of the every page you can see there are word meanings given. All these word meanings you are supposed to write down in your English literature notebook, and not only to write down but also you are supposed to learn it by heart. Okay, that is your homework as well. So today I am not giving any other extra homework. So this is to write all the word meanings and learn and write it down in your copies. That is only your today's homework. So we will stop here up to this much. Thank you and take care.